Hi, I'm Holly Williamson, Harris County Justice of the Peace and President of the Justices of the Peace and Constables Association. And this is TAC on the Ledge.
Coming up on TAC on the Ledge. The Texas Legislature wraps up its work. What did the final numbers look like? How did some county priorities fare in this session? And the regular session is over, but more work is on the horizon in a special session. All this on TAC on the Ledge.
Hi, I'm Caroline Love, Legislative Director for the Texas Association of Counties. Welcome to TAC on the Ledge. The regular session of the 89th Texas Legislature officially came to a close on June 2nd after 140 days. During the course of that time, many proposals were filed, but not all made it to the finish line. Lawmakers filed more bills this session than they have in more than 3 decades, coming in at 8,719. Despite the large number, legislators passed the smallest percentage of those bills compared to previous sessions, 13.8%. As a comparison, the average rate is around 20%. Veterans of the legislative process often say the session does not conclude on sine die, but rather 3 weeks later when the governor can take action on legislation passed. Governor Greg Abbott had until June 22nd to sign bills into law, veto a bill, or allow a bill to become law without his signature. The governor ultimately signed 1,155 bills into law, vetoed 28 bills, and allowed 30 bills to become law without his signature. All 7 of Governor Abbott's emergency items passed the Texas Legislature and were signed into law, including property tax relief, major investment in statewide water infrastructure, creation of the Texas Cyber Command Center, and bail reform. Of course, the only bill the legislature is required to pass during a session is a state budget. The 89th Texas Legislature passed a 2-year state budget totaling $338 billion for 2026 to 2027. Of interest to counties, this new state budget includes $90 million creating a grant program to help rural counties purchase ambulances. The measure was a top priority for the County Judges and Commissioners Association of Texas. $20 million to help sheriffs in certain counties to offset some costs when partnering with U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement to enforce immigration law. And what could be described as bare bones support to counties to help cover costs for indigent defense. The approximately $170 million in the new state budget will cover about 10% of indigent defense costs incurred by counties. Another proposal that became reality was House Bill 1109, exempting counties from the state's motor fuel tax. The exemption will save counties tens of thousands of dollars annually. Earlier this year, TAC on the Ledge spoke with Cass County Judge Travis Ransom, who supported and pushed for this bill. Judge Ransom recently visited with Jody Seaborn, host of TAC's Texas County Voice podcast, where he talked about how this move by legislators will ultimately help all counties.
We burn about 100,000 gallons in our road and bridge district, and we burn about 100,000 gallons of fuel with our sheriff's department every year. So that 20 cents a gallon is about $40,000 to the good for our budget. So that will save us. We estimate that'll save us approximately $40,000 a year. We appreciate anything that we can do that saves counties money. You know, when one taxes another taxing entity, the constituents wind up really paying for that inefficiency in government. And that's what we were trying to address with this bill. And there's some other opportunities in the future legislature to address similar things.
To hear the entire interview with Judge Ransom, keep listening to Texas County Voice, the official podcast of the Texas Association of Counties. There were also some pieces of legislation that got attention during the session but did not make it to the finish line. Here is a quick look at some of those. At the same time, Governor Abbott completed signing or vetoing bills for the regular session. He went on to announce a special session to begin on Monday, July 21st. In a special session, the governor sets the agenda, meaning legislators can only take up bills or issues that he sets. And the governor has already identified several bills that will be part of the initial special session agenda. That's it for this edition of TAC on the Ledge. One quick reminder, county officials statewide are invited to join us in Austin for the TAC Legislative Conference. Connect with county leaders, legislators, and policymakers to unpack the key outcomes of the 89th Texas Legislature and prepare for new laws. To register, visit the TAC website at county.org. We hope to see you there. And continue watching your inbox for the TAC monthly newsletter, County Issues, for updates on the special session and more bills becoming law on September 1st. Thanks for joining us all session. And remember, when it comes to our Texas counties, we are truly stronger together.